everybody, I'm Leticia, and we're so glad that you can join us today as we continue in the book of Genesis. Today's story is about Jacob and Esau, the sons of Isaac and Rebekah, who we talked about last week. Jacob and Esau were twin brothers, and even though they were twins, they were not identical. Esau, who was born first, was covered with so much red hair, it looked like he had clothes on. Jacob, who was born second, his skin was nice and smooth. These brothers may have been born the same day, but they didn't even act the same. The Bible shows us that Esau was emotional and quick-tempered. He loved to be outdoors, doing things like camping and hiking. But the activity he enjoyed most was hunting, and he was really good at it. He was always bringing home fresh meat for the family to eat, which is why he was his dad's favorite. Little brother Jacob was nothing like Esau. Jacob was quiet, and he didn't like hunting, but he preferred to stay home and hang out with his mom and learn some delicious recipes, which might be why he was his mom's favorite. The Bible also shows us that Jacob also had a sneaky way of getting what he wanted. One day, as usual, Esau decided to go hunting. Esau hunted all day long, and after a long day, he headed home. He was hot, he was frustrated, and most of all, he was hungry. When Esau returned home, he smelled Jacob's delicious red stew and demanded some. But Jacob got an idea. He told Esau that he would trade a bowl of stew for Esau's birthright. Now, hold on a minute. That doesn't sound like a very good trade, now does it? I mean, who in their right mind would trade everything that your dad would leave you for a bowl of soup? I'm sure Esau wouldn't make that trade. But Esau did feel like he was going to starve to death if he didn't have food, and he would do anything for food at that moment. Now, let's see what the Bible has to say about it. In Genesis chapter 25, verses 32 and 33, read, "Look, I'm dying of hunger," Esau said. "What good are those rights to me?" But Jacob said, "First, promise me with an oath that you are selling me your rights." So Esau promised to do it. He sold Jacob all the rights that belonged to him as the oldest son. At that moment, Esau seemed pretty satisfied with his foolish trade. Let's think about his choice for a moment. Esau felt he couldn't wait to eat. And because he felt he couldn't wait, or he didn't even take time to think about all he was giving up, is now why God is referred to as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. So don't make the same mistake that Esau did. When you think you can't wait, think twice and be patient. Esau is an example of what not to do. When you're impatient, you act without really thinking about what might happen. Maybe you break a rule without thinking about the consequences. Or you might rush through your chores and do a sloppy job without realizing you're actually making more work for yourself to do later. All because you want something so badly you think you can't wait for it. But the truth is, even though you feel like you can't wait, you truly can. Here's something we can all try this week. Next time we think we can't wait for something, let's stop and really think about how it will affect us. Think about the consequences for yourself and for others. It could save a lot of work and a lot of trouble. Before we end, we have an announcement. It's our parking lot party. It's a live family stuff event in the church parking lot. You can check it out on our social media. It will be on Friday, September 11th at 7:30 p.m. That's all the time we have. Thanks for joining us and have a great week.